All right, so we got another late night fiction firearms video. Today we're going to be talking about the R91 from Fallout 3, which is really just a rechambered G3 slash Set Me C. And if you notice, for example, the sight is simplified very much from like the HK sight, the diopter. It looks like it's more of a flip style notch like the Set Me C. Uh, However, the furniture is much more close to that of like wooden G3 furniture because it does not have the thumb groove, finger grooves that the Set Me C 4N does. It appears, let me see, it appears that it does not have, yeah, it's very hard to tell with the Fallout 3 model because it's potato quality, kind of like the Top 93 from Fallout 3. But it appears it does not have grenade launching ribs on the barrel or the spring retention part. However, this Fallout 4 mod seems to have added them in. So I don't know if that's canon or not, but I am guessing that the US military pre war probably went to the R91 at least in some capacity because if you think about the resource wars before the Great War, Germany probably got nuked. So I would imagine H&K would have moved a lot of their machinery, a lot of their workers, a lot of everything to America to manufacture firearms there. And that's probably why you see it was offered cheaply to the U.S. government. If you look at the service rifle from New Vegas, it's Josh Sawyer said they're pre-war in origin, so that just means they're probably reworked M16s with wooden furniture. So I think you had that in use mainly as the U.S. service rifle, but you also had the R91 that was being adopted at least at the level of the National Guard because H&K probably offered to manufacture them for the US government quite cheap. However, being that they're in 5.56, they would be more closely to the HK93 or the HK 33, 53, whatever you want to say. It's one of the 3 series guns. It's the 5.56. However, the model in the game looks to use more of the 308 magazine, and that could just be developer oversight, which is what I'm going to say. The magazine should be a little bit smaller and more curved, although it only holds 24 rounds, so it could realistically be pretty straight walled like it is for 5.56 and function fine, kind of like the French FAMAS 25 round magazines. Uh, but I do think it's probably got a very similar to like how HK works roller system in it, roller delayed blowback. Uh, the charging handle doesn't move in the first person, so that's correct. Although it doesn't fold up like a actual roller lock gun does, it kind of just hangs off the side. I don't know if that's once again developer oversight, or it could be that it's simplified production, and because it's a 5.56, it probably doesn't have the same locking strength the 308 models has, so it might not need the charging handle to act as a lever on the bolt carrier to open it. So maybe it just has a standard MP5 style, and it's just an oversized, cheapened charging handle that you see in the game, which makes sense for the Fallout pre-war world. Also, it's really hard to tell on the Fallout 3 model. Me yeah, have a battle mag catch, so that means steps were probably taken to simplify production, and it has just a button, which a lot of U.S. semi-auto set me C's and PTRs, G3s, whatever you want to call them, are like that, where they have the button only, and it kind of makes them a pain to change magazines on. They should have the paddle, but they often don't for import regulation. But it looks like the pre-war Fallout world, either the receiver's shorter because it's 5.56, so you can reach it easier, so they didn't feel the need for a paddle mag release, or they just didn't add it because it was simply cheaper that way, and that could make sense too. Uh, it's obviously got looks like laminated wood furniture, which would have been very cheap to manufacture in the Fallout world, pre-war world. Thank you, because I'm sure they could still manufacture polymers. That makes sense. Like if you look at the assault carbine, In New Vegas, polymers aren't just dependent on petroleum. You can synthesize them from other stuff. I imagine fiberglass still exists, so it's very easy to make some reinforced polymer stuff in the pre-war world, but it was probably much more expensive, and it was much simpler to just go the old method of use wood, especially after annexing Canada. But yeah, that's the theory on the R91. You can clearly see some SETME A, B, and C influences, but mainly G3 influences. And yeah, that's this one. Let me know what you guys think. Remember to subscribe. Look up my friend's channel. Pay me or them, whatever, on Patreon. Don't matter. Just check it out. And yeah, that's all for this one. I'll catch you guys later.